One, alex.acuff here with eXp Realty in Auburn, Alabama. Today, I wanted to bring on Evan Crawford with the Crawford Willis Group. This show, it's going to be, where we're gonna interview real estate top producers and influencers, people that are growing their business and their brand, and also their rev share with eXp. So, welcome to the show, Evan.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. This is going to be fun. I'm excited about it.
So for those that you don't know, Evan is actually my sponsor with eXp. We can get into that later, but me and Evan have become good friends over the years from competitive listing agents against each other to really good friends and business partners. So right. Evan, thanks for getting on the show. For people that don't know you, we really kind of just want to dig into your journey a little bit and, kind of understand where you came from and how you got to where you are now.
Yeah. So, it was a cool, brisk morning on September 2nd, 1986. No, I was kidding. I'll start a little deeper than that. No, I grew up. So just a little bit, about growing up, I grew up around real estate. So my grandfather had a real estate company growing up, Crawford Realty. He had rental houses, he built houses, he had a construction company. So I was kind of, most of the time I just laid the sod in the yards, but I was always sort of surrounded by real estate and houses. My mom was a real estate agent. My uncles were real estate agents. So I really grew up around it. And then, I ended up playing baseball here at Auburn, and then went and played for 8 years professionally. And during that time, during about the last season, I started realizing I was sucking enough to get off the field. So I started taking my test as I was still gone, in the locker room. And so as soon as I was done with my last season, and kindly asked not to come back, I decided to jump in and started there. And I started a local brokerage, sort of a boutique brokerage. And from there, I met Matt Willis, my business partner. Met him at that brokerage. We did some commercial deals together, and kind of worked through that. And then from there, we sort of morphed into working on our residential stuff, just because we realized, it was tough to work together on one aspect of our business and then separately on a separate aspect. So we just kind of decided to morph that into working together full time. And from there, we jumped to Keller Williams, and we're there for about a year. And for us, the reasons were simple. Caps made a lot more sense for us there. And then obviously they had the profit sharing model, and that looked good to us with the way we wanted to grow a team and the way we wanted to expand. And so, we did that. And then from there, basically I had 2 or 3 friends of mine that were in real estate in separate areas. They all kind of mentioned eXp at one time. They all said, "Hey, have you heard about eXp?" I said, "Not really. I've seen it a little bit, but I don't know much." And from there, it was kind of a couple comments and showing me what they had going on. And then was talking, one of those people was Gusty Goulas, who I had met at he was a speaker at an event in Birmingham and Matt and I really enjoyed listening to him speak and talking about his team and the passion he had for real estate. And so we met him afterwards. A good friend of mine from high school was actually on his team. So we got to chatting with him and sort of kept up with him. He was always very helpful for us. And then whenever he started talking about it and showing us the ropes, I'm not going to say it was right away, but it started to make sense. And we made the leap and been there for, 2 or 3 years now. And it's been awesome. So awesome. That's where we're at now. And now I'm next door to you.
Yeah. So Evan, I think you have like a really, really unique perspective. Something I actually didn't know. I didn't know that you were a 3rd generation real estate agent.
Yeah, that's right. I was. So kind of in my blood a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. So you have that really unique perspective of growing up in that real estate family. Is there something from that time, watching your granddad run a company, watching your mom as a real estate agent, were there some things that you really liked? Kind of what were maybe some pros or maybe just some cons of being independent? And tell me a little bit about what you saw growing up.
Yeah, I always liked the relationships that they were able to kind of harness. They had really good relationships throughout the community. With a lot of different people, and we're able to help a lot of different people in our community with things, and just I guess that aspect. And then also, real estate's funny because there's a lot of people that get into it because they say, oh, it's so flexible. So which is funny. Because it is to a certain extent, but you got to set that schedule. And so, I grew up where my mother had that, my grandfather had that, where they had some flexibility. They were able to do a lot of family things. We were able to do vacations and things like that. But at the same time, I was able to see that vacations weren't just sitting on the beach for us. There was a lot of work being done during that time, which kind of, gave me that perspective of really the work doesn't stop, but we can still enjoy ourselves while we're doing it. So that was something that always really appealed to me. And I've tried to carry that into this business and our team is just, hey, look, real estate's kind of a thing that meshes with not only, your work life, but your personal life. It kind of becomes one, and it's and it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have those conversations at home. Me and my wife, we talk about, when do I shut it off, right?
Right.
You talk to realtors, you're like, so how many hours a week did you work this week? And they're like, what hours did I sleep or did I?
Right, exactly. It's all meshes together. So finding that way to make that mesh together and still be able to enjoy your family and your friends and things like that is very crucial.
Yep. So, man, that's awesome. So let's just fast forward a little bit and let's get to where you guys are at today. Tell us a little bit about, how big's your team? Kind of tell me a little bit about, your team. B, if you have the numbers or kind of a rough stats of what you guys did last year as far as production, so everybody can kind of understand what level you guys are at currently today, and then a little bบabout your organization at eXp.
Yeah, absolutely. So our team we have 10 total people on our team. We have, our office managers, Megan Huff. I'm sorry. She's been, she was really our first person to come on, with us. And she's kind of been the glue is what we kind of call her for our team. She keeps everything together. She keeps us on task because we're very easily, squirrel oriented. So, So she kind of keeps us together, keeps us focused, and she's actually recently got her license, so she's done some real estate. She's obviously knows the industry very well from being with us for the last 4 years, I guess. So she's gotten into the sales side a little bit, and then we've got Constance Hudman. She's our transaction coordinator, so she helps us with all the back end stuff, all the contracts, everything like that. And then we've got Ryan Molt, Kristen McGraw, Christina James, Billy Clifton, and Lauren Thompson are all buyers agents. So they strictly work with buyers. On occasion they'll do a family member or something on the listing side, but typically how our group is structured is they focus only on buyers. And then we've got Alyssa Brown, who helps us with our new construction. We represent a builder, and so she's at the model home fairly regularly. And then we've got Matt and myself, and Matt's sort of our lead listing agent. And he kind of quarterbacks the new construction stuff with Alyssa. And then me, I don't work. So that's pretty much what we got. No. Alex, you pause on me? I lost you.
I have we're still recording.
Okay. Well, I was very quiet, I think. Hopefully I didn't say anything.
You're good.
Horrible.
I'll figure out how to deal with that. Anyways, so I must have the Puerto Rican internet at my house, as everybody way up in eXp always says. So we're going to continue on.
All right. I don't even know where you froze. I know. I didn't know if you were that enthralled by what I was saying or if you were just frozen.
No, my computer decided to completely reboot on me. So that was really fun.
Gotcha.
I was able to hop right back in.
Right.
Anyways, so we were talking about a little bit about your organization here at eXp. And so where were we?
I think I was just kind of explaining our team. Honestly, I was just
so how many agents do you guys currently have?
We have 8 agents. Well, let's see. 8 agents, and 2 sort of support staff.
Okay.
So technically 9, I guess, with Megan. So 9 agents and 1 support staff. So
very cool.
It's it's been a lot of fun and so yeah.
So real quickly, let's just get into how eXp is doing. Hey, Matt, let's talk a little bit about how has eXp kind of really changed your business, and why since you guys made the jump, what were some of the things that really stood out to you guys when you were really investigating eXp Realty and how you guys felt like you could grow your business with eXp.
Yeah. So, like I said, Gusty had reached out to us, and obviously he was somebody that we really looked up to, especially trying to start a team. Obviously he had a pretty good idea of how to do that. So we, spoke with him a lot. And one of the things that really stood out to us was the benefits that it would give our team members with the lower cap, and the ability for them to sort of grow their own business within a business.
Right.
Some of our agents have already had some sponsors, have sponsored a couple of agents. So for them, that's a huge benefit that a lot of other brokerages can't really provide for them. And it's something that we are able to provide for them now at eXp. So, that was probably the biggest thing, because for us, and you guys too, our biggest worry and our biggest, concern is just having a place for our agents to succeed.
Right.
And doing, having the tools set in place for them to succeed and do well in their business. And that's what keeps me up at night, is just making sure I'm doing everything I possibly can for them to benefit. And so that was our biggest thing, was, hey, this is going to be great for our agents. And then obviously, with the revenue share and the stock options and all those extra little benefits were just kind of icing on the cake for us.
It's one of my favorite things to do is whenever I'm talking with an agent that's with a franchise, is I say, hey, that 6% charge that you get at your company off the top of your commission, do you know what it goes to? And they all go, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? So, this is really the easiest way for me to help people really understand it that are not already with eXp or have really dug in. So you may have a franchise fee of 5% or 6%. So if you, with eXp Realty, you have the option, you have the equity opportunity to take 5% of your commissions and put that towards buying stock at a 10% discount, right?
Right.
So you kind of got to flip the script and say, hey, instead of paying a 6% basically rental fee to my franchise,
right,
what if I took 5% of my commission and actually built equity and I got stock from the company? So every time I did a transaction, I'm actually getting more and more and more equity of the company that I'm part of.
That's a very good way to explain it to a real estate agent. I think they should probably understand the differences in renting and equity. So
yeah. So I mean, it's literally buying versus selling. Are you renting your brokerage or are you buying it? You know?
Right.
So every commission / mortgage payment, you're actually getting more and more equity with your company. And of course, that's a total option. So, over at eXp Realty, it's an 80-20 split with a 16K cap. And that option to put in that 5% is absolutely optional to every agent. Most agents are taking advantage of it because what it's doing is creating a nest egg. It's creating a safety net, because we just don't know what's going to happen. No. Especially in our current market. Like for me, I came over right when COVID hit, and we had lost all of our deals for April. And I came to my wife and I said, I've got to figure something out. Mm-hmm. And I had no safety net other than just the money I had saved. Right. And I had to find a different option. I had to find other ways to really protect myself, because, you talk to anybody, kind of the growing joke is how long are you going to sell homes? Like when does the real estate agent going to retire? And so most of them say never.
No, it's really the only place you have an exit strategy. I mean, it really is. And for a lot of people I talk to, it's the person who's benefiting the most of the traditional brokerage, and I'm not knocking any traditional brokerages, but it's the broker owner, typically. And you get excited. I'm a kind of person that I like to be excited about stuff. That's just my personality. I always want to be excited. And so I want to be excited about where I'm working. Mm-hmm. And if I'm at a traditional brokerage, I may be very excited about where I'm working. However, at eXp, it can actually financially benefit me for being excited about where I'm working. Right. If I'm working at a traditional brokerage and I'm super excited about it, and it's infectious in some way, where somebody says, I want to come work at that brokerage because it's awesome, that looks phenomenal, Evan's having a great time, and they come over, then there's going to be somebody that benefits, but it's not going to be me. And so at eXp, by being excited about how cool the company is, then you get monetarily benefited from it. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So it's kind of funny. You talk to most agents, and the kind of the ongoing thing is, if you work for eXp, you're just a recruiter. Well, just to kind of put stats to it, currently in Auburn, Opelika, if you actually look at the stats in 2.5 years, eXp has grown from basically nothing to number 2 in the marketplace in market share, a little over 7% market share. Right now, we're sitting at second place in the Auburn, Opelika, LCAR, Lee County Association of Realtors MLS. So we've really done a great job of bringing in high-producing agents, people that are doing transactions that really just enjoy their business.
Right.
I think a lot of the myth behind it is if it's January and it's cold out, or December and it's those down months for most agents, right? Let's just say you're an average agent, right? And you're having those down months at the end of the year. And I'm going to say, hey, you've got a couple options. You can either go find a buyer or you can go find a house to list.
Right.
At eXp, I give you a different opportunity. I say, or you could just text 2 agents.
Right. Yeah, right? Absolutely.
So I think it's more of an indoctrinated thing. Whereas once we change the status quo with this company, people start to get really, really excited when you see it. So, although, eXp hasn't changed your life, but, what are some of the things that you expect it to do for you kind of down the road? Like, where do you guys see you taking it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it sort of has honestly changed our life to this point, just with the ability for us to brand our group, much like the acuff Weekly group, it gives you kind of that freedom to be able to brand yourself, which has honestly changed our lives a little bit, to do that and to grow in a way that we weren't able to grow. We're able to, with the revenue share stuff and the caps that we're in, with eXp and the splits, and we're able to put a lot more money back into our business, which again, at the end of the day, the reason we do that is for our agents. The more money that we can put back into our business, the more opportunities and the more, leads we can provide for our agents. And so it really has changed not only our lives, but our agents' lives. I think it's given them the ability to really boost up their game and have more opportunities to sell houses and make income. So, it really, and I think it's just going to continue that way. We've got agents here that are putting up numbers now that they honestly just never would have thought were possible, within a year, within 2 years time frame. But it's because we're able to, as sort of the team leaders, save enough money into our business because of the things that eXp provides with the revenue share stuff and the caps, that we're able to kind of give back. And that's, to me, that's life-changing.
Absolutely. I kind of feel this. I absolutely feel the same way.
Yeah.
My biggest thing was I never wanted to start a team where I wanted buyer's agents to just work under me. I never believed in having a glass ceiling.
Right.
And I always was looking for an opportunity to break through that. And so with eXp, we were able to kind of triple our business, bring on agents, build them, change their lives, triple their income from what their W-2 job was. So,
right.
Just real quickly, I want to touch on, because we're right near the end.
Yeah.
I do want to let everyone know, kind of, if you could kind of give your experience with Team Accelerate and kind of some of the things that our organization is really offering to people on the weekly basis and monthly basis, as far as like a benefit and coaching, mentoring, and training.
Yeah. I mean, in this industry, you never stop learning. It's kind of like, I'm kind of a jiu-jitsu junkie. So I compare it a lot to jiu-jitsu, and it's, even if you're a black belt, there's somebody that's going to teach you something.
Right.
You can always learn. And that's what's so cool about this group and this Team Accelerate and just eXp overall. I mean, you went to Cabo and you got to meet some incredible minds in the real estate world. And I know you were sharing that with me, which the fact that you share that with me is a different thing than anybody, any other brokerage I've ever been around. We're always trying to help each other and pull each other up, because it's something I kind of always grew up around was iron sharpens iron. Anytime that
on it. I was totally waiting on it. I knew it was coming.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just something that's very, very important to me. So, I think that's what's so unique about this company is that the best of the best, they still want to help each other. It's not, it's like a friendly competition. And with my time in baseball, it's very similar to that as well. I always try to put these comparisons out, but you're sitting in the bullpen with somebody and you're in the minor leagues and you're trying to get to the next step. You're in A ball, you're in AA, you're trying to get to the next step. And if the guy next to you gets to the next step, then you're not getting there anytime soon. But at the same time, you're working together as a team to succeed together, because if the whole team succeeds, there's going to be a lot more eyes on you. You know, there's going to be a team that might want to trade for you, and then you're going to get up with that other team because your whole team was successful. So I think that's very much how eXp's been for us and been for, you know, and all over the country. So we want to, you know, we want to friendly compete with you guys, you know, right next door. But at the same time, we want to see you succeed, because if you succeed, we're all going to succeed as a group. Like you said, we're number 2 in the market, which is huge. And that's you know, for other agents, outside agents looking in, they look at that and go, wow, that's the number 2 brokerage. They've been around for 2 years. That's a phenomenal place to be. And then they start talking to some of our other agents, and we're able to grow it all together. So, you know, I think that's probably my favorite part about eXp is just how much collaboration goes on. Cool. and Team Accelerate obviously is a huge catalyst to that. There's just so much knowledge out there in this industry and in this company that, I mean, you could learn for days.
Yeah. So anybody that's watching this video, you know, absolutely go back to the person that shared this video with you. I think they really do care about you. And also with Team Accelerate every Monday, other than this past week of spring break, but every Monday we do have a Monday mastermind for our agents. And if you'd like to be a guest on that, absolutely just holler at us, shoot us a direct message. We'd love to put you on that, or reach back out to the person that shared this video with you and let them know as well. Also, if you have any, if you're a team leader at another company, or if you're looking to grow a team and you'd like to be a part of our team leader mastermind, that happens the 3rd Thursday of every month. So feel free to reach out to Evan or me or the person that shared this video with you. So they can get you plugged in and get to know our culture, get to know the people. I think it's good to always go on a good date before you get married, right? So always try it out. So, well, anyways, I'm going to keep it short, but hey, I appreciate you coming on, Evan. Yeah, I think this has been a total value bomb for people that are exploring different options, that are thinking about making a move, that may be on the fence or looking to jump. If you guys have any questions or comments for Evan or I, just leave them in the comments below. And we absolutely look forward to meeting everyone that's watching this video one day. So yeah, everyone's coming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alex. I appreciate it, man. It's always great to talk to you and get to pick your brain.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming on.
All right, man. Thank you.